Hello, happy Sunday. How is everybody? What you sipping on and what you working on? Always takes me a minute to get my microphone right where I want it. Give me a second here. There we go. Maybe like that. That's a little better. That's a little better. Right there. Now I got it. I got it. Happy Sunday to everybody. Did I say Saturday? It's Sunday. Let me see who all is here. Hello, Alicia B. and Jeannie T. and Cheryl. And I saw some more coming in. Sandy is here. Hi, Annie. Jean, good to see you. Good to see you, Denise. Hello, Kathy. Coffee and crocheting a baby blanket. Aw, that's nice. Hello, Joyce. Water and sock on the needles. Neat. Well, I'm double fisting. So I've got my water flask here full of water. And I have my coffee here in my Colorado cup. Hello, Bree. Come on in, everybody. Hello, Frozen. And today's coffee is golden caramel from Community Coffee. It's one of those that Chelsea sent me, and I'm so excited because it's so good. So good. Hi, Sally. Yeah, this is a great cup. We get up a little closer, you guys can see. Colorado is the Centennial State. There's the Columbine, the trees. Can't see what all is on there. Oh, there's a kayak. Lots of outdoor stuff in Colorado, of course. There's the Colorado River. Got to be careful because this is hot. What does that say? It says Rocky Mountains, Colorado River. Got your skis and your ski poles. It's a great. This is one of the Starbucks cups, and I need to get a Texas one. For some reason, I haven't gotten a Texas one. So good to see you guys. Hello, Karen. Glad you're here. I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to come in. So we're starting something new today. Today is the Self-Care Sunday. I am not going to be coming to you on Saturday mornings early anymore. Hi, Chels. And today we're going to be talking about mindfulness and sunrises and sunsets. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some yarn and some patterns that I found that go along with that theme of sunrise and sunsets. Oh, me and Carrie, yes, we did. We had a good time. We had a good time. You guys. Hey, Trucker Steve. Whoop, whoop. If you guys are wondering what that is, that's the horn. That's the truck horn. And I always remember because I used to drive. I used to ride with my daddy, who was a trucker, and everybody would pass us. And Steve can tell us if this still happens, but used to be that after a car passed you, they'd look up at the truck and they'd go like this because they'd want the trucker to blast his horn. So that's where that comes from. It's just something that's been in me a while. What does my shirt say? It says, anything you can do, I can do slower. The kids do it. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I remember from my childhood. Thank you. Your kids do that when they're waiting for the bus and the truckers go by? Oh, that's funny. You see the missing pounds? Well, wherever they went, I don't want them back. Hello, there's Ola Joe. Good to see you. Sandy for Red Heart Crochet. Good to see you. Awesome when you can make the noise with the horns. Yeah, but I think you probably have to be careful where you do that, don't you? Oh, well, I'm glad you came by, Ola Joe. That's great. I'm glad you came by. Yeah, it's starting to get a shape again along here. I'm so excited, you guys. I now weigh less than I have in 2 years. Anybody else have any good news? You can put it in the chat, and I am going to talk about sunrises and sunsets. So, what got me to talking about this, and I do have a link to these down in the down in the description box of this video. Thank you. Thank you guys. You'll blow that horn anywhere? Okay. So this is a deck of cards in a way. It's not really a deck that you would play with. Embracing mindfulness. Okay. And this is a 31-day mindfulness challenge. How to play. It's lovely and simple. You read through the information card to the top of the deck, and then you simply take one card per day and perform the task as instructed. Okay. And I've got a link to these down below because I thought, now Alicia sent these to me, and I thought this was a great way for us to get started on some ideas for mindfulness to give us more things to talk about. So I'm really, what? Look at that. Steve, you're at 110 pounds down. You guys, in 2.5 months. Wow. You know what that gets? Steve, you know what that gets? That's amazing. Congratulations. So proud of you. And I know you feel so much better. I know you do. That's just amazing what you've done. Yay. Oh, you're welcome. Little flashy for you. That so deserves it. It so deserves it. Flashy's not just for super chats. Just saying. Oh, so exciting. It's so exciting. Let me see if I can find the first card. Okay, that's the last card. I know. Isn't that exciting? I'm trying to remember. Jen Reeves won a blue ribbon. That's awesome. Yes, and the health too, guys. It's just unbelievable. I have to say this. I mean, I will want to bring this up at a later time also, but I haven't had a fibromyalgia flare in weeks. I haven't had a rash in weeks. I have not had the fibro fog, the fogginess, foggy brain in weeks. Um, my hands and feet don't hurt. My back, I hurt my back, but it's getting better. Um, but there's just so many things that are changing, and I discover them more every day that are changing. See there, and his blood pressure is better than anyone in the family. That is so exciting. Oh, well, I used to feel that way too, but this is a different eating than anything I've ever done, and it's making a big difference. It's a big difference. Kicking behind and taking names. Yes. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, everyone. Okay. A month of mindfulness. This is the first card. And I don't want to show you all. Well, I'm just going to show you a few of them. Read through the information cards at the top of the deck. It's more fun when you don't know what the challenges are. So you don't want to go ahead or shuffle them. You want to start these cards one at a time. So read through the information in the front before you start. And embracingmindfulness.com, there's a card in here about them. And so you will be able to read about that. I'm not going to read that one. So what is mindfulness? Okay. Can you remember the taste of the first sip of your first drink this morning? Most people turn on autopilot immediately after waking up. While we are in the shower, we are already planning our day ahead. In doing so, countless small things escape our attention. These little things are what make life so life worthy. Mindfulness helps us to live more in the here and now. It is about paying more attention to the little moments. For this purpose, it is important to switch off the inner autopilot and stop the thought carousel. The goal is to develop more serenity, to consciously perceive the small wonders of life and to really enjoy them. Small changes in your mindset can have a big impact. Finding the beauty and joy in these little moments can reduce stress, improve confidence, bring you a happier outlook on life. Okay, so this one is the how-to. Mindfulness is not complicated or difficult. The real challenge is to actually train your mind to think a little differently. The idea behind a month of mindfulness is to find a few minutes every day within a month to practice mindfulness. The tasks have been developed with a leading mental health care professional in the UK to really have a positive influence on your mental health. The exercises are designed in such a way that they can easily be carried out even on your busiest days. Most of them can be done anywhere, anytime, often without other people even noticing. So one card per day. So the first card that I pulled from this deck was this one. Watch a sunset or sunrise. And that's why I chose this subject. So either today or tomorrow, take the time to watch a sunset or sunrise. There are few things more present than the feeling of watching a day start or end. Aside from its natural beauty, the sunset is also a great reminder that each and every day offers us a new end and a new beginning. Peacefully enjoy the vibrant colors and spirit of the sun and leave your to do lists and worries out of the moment. So that is card number one. So I have pulled some information that I thought you guys might be interested in about sunrises and sunsets. Why should we watch them? And what are the benefits? So, some people know and remember that the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. The reason it rises in the east, though, is because the earth is always spinning and it's spinning towards the east. And so that's where the sun is in relation to the earth. Has anyone thought about why we have the colors that we have in the sunrises and the sunsets? That is because of something called scattering. So, what was very interesting, I was reading about this, and there's a lot of particles in the atmosphere, right? And these get scattered at different wavelengths. So, you have some particles that scatter at a shorter wavelength and some that scatter at a longer wavelength. Okay. And as those particles are scattered, they cause different colors. So when the sun is low in the horizon, it travels through more of the atmosphere. So setting, rising, it's lower in the atmosphere and it's going through a lot more of the atmosphere. Shorter wavelengths, those colors that are shorter wavelength colors are blues and violets. Blues and violets. They get scattered out, and the longer wavelength colors are left, and those are like yellow, orange, and red. So that's where a lot of the colors come from with sunrise and sunset. And here in a little bit, you guys, I was going to show you some examples of sunsets, and I'm going to show you some examples of yarn that goes great with it. Hi, Donna. Hi, those coming in. Good to see you. So, you actually begin to see the sun before it rises because of the atmosphere. And the exact time of day that you will see the sun is different depending on where you are. And it's different every time for us, so that the time that it rises or the time that it sets changes. And it changes because the sun is moving, and that's relative to the times are relative to the path that it's taking. Okay, the path that it's taking across the sky. This was interesting to me. Yes. Hi, Sherry. Hello, those coming in. Gisborne district of North Island or North Island, which is a cape of New Zealand. They are the first to see the sun every day. So if you ever wondered where does it come up first, it's Gisborne district of North Island, which is a cape off of New Zealand. That's where it's first. Now, I'm not sure where it goes down first, possibly the same place. What we see in the sky is actually a refraction. Okay. The sun is, when the sun is setting, the same as we already see it before it comes up. It's already set before it dips down. And yes, a red sunrise signals storms. Sunrises and sunsets are brighter after storms because when you have a storm, it will clear the air and you get to see things much clearer. So if we start to think about what a sunrise and a sunset means for us for mindfulness, okay? The sunrise, if you think of it, it signals an awakening, right? We're getting up in the morning. So it's an awakening. Animals, humans, the planet, everything is waking up. Sun gazing is healing, it's energizing, it can bring you peace, it can be grounding, it's pure beauty. It brings us gratitude because I don't know about you guys, but the older you get, the more thankful you are that you woke up. Hey, I woke up today. I'm grateful for that. And that sunrise is there. So that means I woke up and it's another day I have. Um, the sun gives us ultraviolet. Okay. Ultraviolet light brings us things like vitamin D. I know. Red, red sky at night is a sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. And yeah, yep, there it is. Vitamin D and ultraviolet light gives you vitamin D, but it also stimulates the production of melanin. It stimulates the production of minerals in the body. Now, most Americans are low in vitamin D, and it helps with bone health. It helps with a healthy immune system. It encourages the vitamin D encourages the endorphin hormones, which are the feel good ones. So a lack of sunlight has been linked to things like PTSD, anxiety, depression, SAD syndrome. So seasonal affective disorder, SAD. The more you weigh, the more vitamin D you need. Just a little tidbit for you there. So just as the sunrise signals the beginning of the day, the sunset signals the end of the day, and it's also the end of a cycle. So we've had a full cycle, sun up, sun down. The sunset is calming. It's a winding down. It's a completion of that cycle. That cycle is constant. It reminds us that it's constant. It's always there. Sun always comes up, sun always goes down. It's a constant. Even if we don't see it, it's still there. The light of the sunrise, the light can be our conscious mind, whereas the dark could symbolize our unconscious mind. Going to sleep, thinking about things at night, your unconscious mind tends to come alive at night. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Every sunset brings the promise of a new day." I do have some pictures of sunsets and sunrises. And if you guys would like to go over to Facebook, if you have pictures of sunrises and sunsets from where you are, I would love for you to post them in the Facebook group. That would be absolutely wonderful to see a sunrise and a sunset from where you guys, from different places. That would be great. So, sunrise and sunset bring an order to our days and nights. We have different rituals that we do for and tasks that we do in the morning and at night, okay? So some of those tasks might be things like exercise, meditation, prayer, showers, writing, journaling. And when we talk about the mindfulness of it, okay, then we come to things like we've been talking about on our self-care Saturdays, right? We've been talking about like the breathing and being in the moment. So when you watch the sunrise or sunset, if you think about being in that moment, and especially in the morning where you concentrate just on your breathing and on the colors and watching it rise and not think about the things that you have to do that day. Just be more watchful and thinking more about that, just being there and that. I think I have a couple of yours, if you're okay with me showing it. Let that energize you and wake you up in the morning. Our bodies have a circadian rhythm. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. If someone could write that in the chat, I'd be very grateful. Alicia or anybody who knows it can write that in the chat. Your circadian rhythm. Everybody has a circadian rhythm. You can actually reset your I can't even say that word. You can actually reset it. If you set your alarm to get up in the morning and you go out and watch the sunrise, you can reset your rhythm. Mr. Fiber always says that my rhythm is like from 10 o'clock in the morning to like 11 o'clock at night because I am not a morning person. This is all really, really new for me, getting up and watching the sunset. But I've been slowly bringing myself back to getting up earlier in the morning because especially where I live here in Texas, it's so hot, right? So being able to get up earlier when it's cooler and get more things done is a big benefit for us. And watching the color changes, being aware of the color changes. Circadian. There we go. Here's circadian. Everybody's trying to put it in there. Thank you. Oh my goodness, Deneen, you get up early. So if you make it a point to be up, you set your alarm and you go out before it's light. So actually like a little bit in the darkness and go before it's light and then set your eyes. Now, I was listening to Dr. Huberman and he was talking about our eyes and how a lot of us are now getting to be, our eyes are elongating. Did you guys know that? Your eyes, if you spend a lot of time looking at the screens, so computers, phones, tablets, all of that, TV, our eyes start to elongate. I did not know that. That is just, so we really need to spend less screen time. And we hear that all the time. So detoxing, it is a thing. But if you get up in the morning and you spend, there's a certain thing that happens with our eyes that actually causes some strength for our brain, where we look at the sun in the morning and that first sunlight. So not just like after the sun is up, but like that first sunlight and spending that first very few minutes. If I can find that, I'll link to it, but I don't remember which episode it is. I listened to his podcast and that's the Huberman Lab. I listened to his podcast. But if you're out there in the dark and you're listening as the sun is coming up and to where the animals and the birds and everything's starting to move around, I mean, you would be surprised at what happens and you totally miss it by not being out there. So that is what I've got about sunrises and sunsets. Now, I did put some links down below. So I wanted to show you. Uh-oh, what does she say? I know, he's very distracting. It's it is easier to listen than to watch because you're like he's very easy on the eyes, y'all. Just saying. Thank you. Yes, the blue lights help with the screen times. Now I have to check on that. Um, I'm not sure if he talks about that. He threw that in with a Q&A that he was doing. So this one was not about eyes, but he has a lot of information about the eyes. So as I learn more about that, you guys, I will definitely let you know. Let me show you a few pictures here. Actually, Mr. Fiber and we went out and watched the sunrise one morning, and I'm going to show you some pictures from here. Now, was this a sunset? Let me show you this one. This was, I think, this was Steve's. I think this was a sunset. Look how pretty that is. Right. Yeah, I thought so. He has a lot of, thank you, Alicia. And then there's this one. Okay, so the first one was sunset. Now, is this one sunrise or also sunset? Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Now let me show you. Chelsea sent me some too. This is the very beginning of a sunrise here. Oh, you're not going to get I don't think you're going to get the yellow of that per se, are you? You're seeing and this actually is before. See how it's already getting light? This is down at that's Mr. Fiber. We were down at the tank. There's Dukers. Okay, same sunset. Thank you. And then here it is. It's starting to come up. This is looking down at the other end of our field. Trying to figure out which way. You just see it starting to peak. There's Dukers. There's Serbs. They're out there with us, waiting for it. There it goes, starting to peak. There it's starting to come up. See how the colors start to change? Some of these are zoomed in and some of them are zoomed out. This is when we're back at the house, seeing it up over the trees. I don't think so. I don't think it works that way, Karen. And then let me see if I can find the one that Chelsea sent. This is over Lake Pontchartrain in New Orleans. If I can find it. Where did it go? Goodness. I've lost it. Oh, here they are. that's over the bridge. Let's see, this way? Yes. This one, can you guys see? Okay. One of these has like, this one has more of the blues and the violets in it. So it changed. As the, of course, clouds and stuff make a big difference too with the sunrise and sunsets. Chelsea, you'll have to put these in Facebook so people can take a better look at them too. Look at that in the clouds. Changes things when you see it in the clouds. They're beautiful. Thank you guys for sending me those. I don't know what I did with the ones that Alicia, maybe Alicia can put hers. Yes, and the moon pictures, we're going to get into that too. We're not talking about the moon today, but we will get into that, and we will have moon pictures too. Beautiful pictures. So I wanted to share with you, one of the things that you can do also is to sit with your coffee or your tea. And I picked up some tea when I was in Colorado Springs, and I have a little jar of it. And this is called Lullaby tea. So it's somebody local, and it's a grounding and cleansing tea. And it's black tea with holy basil, rosemary, sage, thyme, and nettle. It smells amazing. So they are aromatic. Oh, it smells amazing. The aromatics in this are absolutely amazing. I've been experimenting drinking different kinds of tea. Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay. This is, now is it sun? I think it's the sunset from Alicia from the marina. Isn't that gorgeous? Just look at all those colors, you guys. Look at the colors. Aren't they amazing? Absolutely. The way that things look over the water is different too, right? Look at how that just reflects right off the water. So that's why I would like to see you guys to put those pictures up for me so I can see like also where you're taking them at would be beautiful, because over the water, over the mountains, all those things are completely different perspective on the sunrise and sunset. Could you imagine if you went different places and got to see the sunrise and the sunset in each place that you visit, like Steve getting to go different places? Hello, Tammy. Hello, Kathy. Good to see everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you that are out there in the attic, as I say. Thank you for being here too, my watchers, my lurkers. I appreciate it. Thank you, mods, too. Okay, I wanted to show you based on sunsets and sunrises, right? Let's talk about patterns and yarn that are related to that. So here, I did not pull any knitting patterns, but I can show them to you. But I did see a few, and I've got them linked down below. The Summer Nights Throw. Let me find it. Was really interesting to me, and you can get that one at Crafting for Weeks. Let me show y'all. The Summer Night's Throw. Yeah. Look at that. That one actually is like a Grafgan, and it comes with the whole sun and the colors and everything. How cool is that? So the Summer Night's Throw, and that is crafting for weeks. Again, that link is down below. And then the Summer Nights shawl. And that's from Crochet Dreams. Look how pretty that one is with all of those colors. Okay, Sandy, thank you. That's pretty. And then the Coral Sunset shawl. Let's see. Is an Annie's. It's on Annie's. Look at that one. And look at how it's got these little dips in the bottom. Look how cool that is. So that one, that one is called the Coral Sunset Shawl, and you can find it at Annie's. And then there is the Sunset Boulevard. Whoops. Shawl. Yes. And that one you can get on Etsy. Look at that one. Can you imagine doing that one? Oh my goodness. Pick your different colors. Some of the ones that other people have done. But I love how that goes from the light to the all of those colors in there, and then the dark. And it's lacy. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It looks like there's been some like color control on it a little bit, but I'm not positive on that. But that's just so pretty. I could see that being like one of those whirly gigs or something. I do too. I love that one too, Karen. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now yarn. Mary Maxim has a yarn called Prism. And they actually have one called Sunset. See if this is it. Come on. There it is. That's Mary Maxim Prism yarn, which I think is a worsted weight. And that one's called Sunset. Isn't that pretty? She does. She has a couple of them. I did one, and it was, and I don't know where it's at. I think it's packed in my bag, but it's the one I did with that something whirl yarn. That's why I'm thinking those patterns may be similar to that. Now, Yarn Bee has one in the sugar wheel. I did not leave links to these down there, you guys. Here it is. It's called Candied Orange. And it is very fall, but I could see this one being kind of a... Oh, come on. Let me have it. It's not going to let me have that. See how that is? Looks like a sunset to me. And then The Sultan cakes from Hobby. Oh my gosh. Those would be perfect for those lacy shawls. There's one called Cora Sundrop. Look at those. That's Fire Opal. Okay, we gotta look. We gotta look. Come on. I'll have y'all shopping here soon. That's Fire Opal. Oh my gosh. So this is Sultan Cotton Kings from Hobby. Oh yes. I know the expression fiber arts patterns are just so wonderful. We have to talk about that because I have several of those. What is this one? That's the golden. That's the rainbow. There was another one though. That's Fire Opal. That's the Poppy Topaz. Scapolite. Beautiful colors by them. Malabrigo Rios has one called Pedras. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably not spelling it right either. Which means stones. But the Pedras. Come on. I thought that one looked a lot like a sunrise or mostly a sunset, like that one picture. And that's called Pedras. It's got all the oranges and the purples in there. So there's some ideas for you for yarn and patterns. If I can do some enabling, I will. Let me show y'all a little bit about what I got. So I pulled some things from my stash. I have this one, which is from, this is a Premier yarn, the Premier Spun Colors. I have this one. And this is, it's just called Autumn. And it is very autumn, but I was trying to pull things that had that theme in there somewhere. I have this one from I Love This Yarn. And I think it has a little bit of that theme to it. This one's called Royal Gorge. Let me tell you, the sun coming over the Royal Gorge is beautiful. This has it, except this also has other colors in it, and it's the Yarn Bedazzling. This one's called Cyber Soul. But look at that. I mean, if you pulled all of this with that sparkle in it, now, of course, it's got other colors on the inside too. But that's a good one. No, not doing another make along for this. I'm just showing them. I've got this one. This is Crystal Sky's hand dyed. If she's still here, Donna, I don't know if you're still here, but here's one from her shop. It's called Tiger Lily. And look at the sunset and sunrise colors. I see like tequila sunrise in that one. And then this one is by Madeline Tosh. And this is Tosh Loves. That's the color, Tosh Loves. Look at that one. I think Donna had one similar to this also. I don't remember what she called it. This one is a single, by the way. See how that's a single? I don't know if y'all can tell that. It looks like a roving. It's a single ply. That one's pretty. Tosh loves. They got one more here that I pulled. And this one I got this a long time ago, and I think I'm going to try to do something with this one soon. And it came from an online, I was looking at stuff online, and it was actually a Facebook sale in a fiber group. Okay. And this is from Compass Moon Creations. Now, you know, I used that blue tealy, that dark, that Steve really liked, that really darkish blue color was from them. It was called Scream at the Moon or something like that. This is the same company, Compass Moon Creations. And there's no colorway on here, but look at that. Oh, you got one called Citrus Fruits? Okay, Donna's is called Citrus Fruits. I knew she had one similar. I had seen it on there. Yes, you, Steve, you liked it. You liked the blue one. It went on my Seeing Double shawl. So that's some of the ones I pulled for sunrise, sunset. Some of the ones that are like fall, autumny would work very well if you were trying to do one of those patterns. Hello, Shad. Sherbert. Yeah, a little bit like a sherbert. Sure. Right along those lines. Very similar. Okay. Also, Donna's daughter Amber, you know, has done yarn for me, colorways for me. Well, I got something from Amber yesterday. I don't know how this is going to come out. Some of these colors sometimes don't look like they're supposed to. But this color, before I show it to you, now this isn't sunrise sunset, y'all. This is just acquisitions. While I'm showing you, it's got purple, and then it's got blue, and then it's got some acidy greens, and it's got some teals. But see, that's looking more blue. What you're seeing here that looks blue, that's purple. It is so hard to get the blues and the purples to be distinguished. It's just really hard, but it's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. And that is from Amber, and that's called Amethyst. And this is her Foyette fingering, so it's 100% superwash. Yeah, there we go. Yarn porn time. Absolutely. Bring it on. I don't know. Can you see the purple back here? You still can't, can you? It's gorgeous. And I don't know if you can see him back there. Can you see him? Can you see what I got hanging off of back here? Anybody? Tell me what's back there. Thank you, Shad. I got my own. I've been sending them out to everybody else, but I finally got my own. Amber makes these fidget toys that are, I just love this thing. I don't know what, it's just the coolest thing. It's a fidget toy, but it's a octopus. He's just so cool. And her and her husband are doing these on their 3D maker. Yep. I was hoping it was going to turn out more teal. If she starts making some more and she can get more of a teal color, I'm on it. Let me know, Amber, if you, or let Donna, let her know. And then I also got these. A hat topper. Yeah. Don't know if you guys are going to know what these are. Can anybody guess what these are, or do you already know? Now these are a little bit more on the teal side. They're green, but when you turn them, it's like green to turquoise, which of course is why I picked these. Shad. You should know what that is. They have a hook on this side here and a hook on this side here. And these are yarn bobbins. So you wind you wind your yarn on here. So these are used when you do color work. So you're not having like 3 or 4 balls of yarn constantly going back and forth across each other. And I'm looking forward to using these when I make my hats, like my paw hats, which I need to get another one of those on the needles soon. Yeah, the yarn bobbins. So these are great, you guys. And she sells them in sets. So you need to, I think she sells them in sets. Am I right? Y'all need to go check it out and see. Amber's shop is, I listed her down below because I knew I was going to be talking about this stuff. Okay, what else? Okay, got all my notes on that. I finished it. I finished my capelet. This is the capelet that I did that is inspired by, my shirt's all cray. Outlander. Okay, I gotta go in front of the mirror and show that. Every time I look in here, it's like opposite. So this is how mine turned out. Here's the back. Hi, Amber. That's okay. I just showed the stuff I got from you. I love them. I am turning into a purple and teal fan. Can I just say? I am turning into that. I'm an all kinds of color fan. So this is the capelet that is inspired by Outlander. It is very squishy now and very cozy. It's very cozy. This is, if you just wanted something, just the shoulders. I'm like, just the shoulders. Arms are fine. I can move around. Everything's good. I just need a little something on my shoulders. This is perfect. This is perfect for that. So I used the yarn that I got while I was in Colorado. It's the Blue Sky Fibers, and this is new, or it was new to her shop. And I don't remember whether it's new or just new to her shop. I love it. It's beautiful, Amber. And this is the Blue Sky Fibers Bulky. Okay. I used number 1002, which is called Silver Mink. So that's this lighter one, Silver Mink. I think it is. Yes. And I used 2 of those. And they are, this is would be a 6 bulky. $45 yards each, so basically 100 yards of that color, and then basically 50 yards of hedgehog. Now this, okay, so hedgehog is this kind of grayish color, and claret is this cranberry-ish color. I know, turning me to the purple, Chels. Absolutely. So I used a total of, what did I say? About 200 yards of a bulky yarn. Now I have some yarn over there that I bought while I was in Colorado. Big surprise that I am going to try to do another one of these, and I'll show you an option of doing it in a cheaper yarn, okay? Because these were $18 each. Mine. And then I just sewed a button right here. But it's a very easy pattern, so I will probably try to show you guys on a live soon how to make it. But I really like it. I'm going to take it off because it's very, very warm. The bulky yarn, it's very warm. I love it. And I love it in these colors. So I'll let you know, guys, know how I did it. And a different yarn. And when I do it again, I am just going to say this because I did an increase on only one side. And I think this next one I'm going to increase on both sides. So it was very quick. I did that really fast. I finished that up as soon as I got back from my dad's. Okay, now Tuesday, we're going to go over our first. I've already got that up. You're going to get redirected after this so you can go over and put your notification on. Look, Donna, I've got my deal in there. And so Tuesday, we're going to talk about this book. We're starting our discussion of the book. We're going to do the intro and the first chapter of Murder Investigation Team. That's going to be on Tuesday, you guys. So, oh, Tammy, you would love it. I'm telling you, it's so squishy. You really should make one. I'll show y'all how to do it. It'll be easy, super easy. And then I'm working on something here, and I don't want to say a whole lot about it. It's in my bag from Naughty Knitting Sacks. I took this with me when I went with Carrie to the concert. I put that video out today if you guys hadn't seen it. But this is my Something in Red, and I'll show you guys again on Tuesday how it's coming out. But I had to frog it and start it up again. And so now this is where we're at. And I was going to use, I've got another thought process for the stuff that I got that I was going to use. But here is how that color is looking. This is very interesting yarn. It's a very interesting fiber, and I'm going to have a lot more to say about this fiber in the future. Any questions? Anybody have questions? It's so fast. You could probably do it in a day or 2 days. Absolutely. Lori, you could. You sure could. Lori is knitting now. She's doing great. It is knit, Shad, if that's what you're thinking. If you're thinking about the one I just showed, it is knit. Yeah, then this one I'm working with now, the Something in Red, is the muskox. It's the muskox. Yeah, I had no idea, because my body temperature is changing as I'm losing weight and I'm getting healthy. My body temperature is changing, and I have noticed that I'm getting cooler. I don't have as much insulation, so I may be using that in the evenings, just sitting out here in the she shed and just put it right on my shoulders. It's really kind of nice. And it's very comforting too. You know, they talk about the weighted stuff and how comforting that is. I think that would be very comforting too. It would be like a hug almost. It's really nice. I have not tried that yet. I know you have some of that in your shop. I have not. Nope, it's not the possum yarn. Not yet. Haven't used the possum yarn yet. Hi, Margaret. Oh, and thank you, Margaret. I want to do this while you're here because I want you to know that Margaret sent me, um, I did a commission for Margaret, and she said that she was giving me a little something for Flashy. So that's for you, Margaret. Thank you so very much. And I know somebody else did, and I cannot remember who it was right now, and I don't think they're in here, but somebody else sent me something for Flashy. Oh, sure. We could do a whole episode on how we are, because Steve and I are doing the same thing. So if you guys are interested in knowing what we're doing to lose the weight and to get healthy, we can absolutely talk about that. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Tammy. I hope you're feeling better. So something in red is for the book club. Okay. Well, we can do an episode on that, maybe on our self-care Sunday. I don't know if it will be this next one, but we can definitely get some information together for you guys. Even if there's just one of you that's interested, it's fine with me. What you doing, Bob? What you doing? What you doing? You see his tail? What you doing? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. So be watching for it. I will put it in the title, healthy eating. Okay. And we will definitely get some stuff together. Because I'm learning there's a lot of things about being healthy that you don't hear about in the media or magazines, or there's a lot of misinformation out there. Let's just put it that way. Yes. And if anybody is watching this after, if you would like to leave a comment down below, also, if you're interested in what we're doing. So, no, it's not, all of it is not the food. Being healthy is not just the food. And it's not just the food that is working also. You need a support system, you guys. This book, they were sold out of this one. Are you talking about this one, Donna? So it came out again. There should be a link to it down below. Or did I put Steve's book in there? There'll be a link. It was bought out, and that's why we waited to start the club, because he sold the rights to it. He was at CrimeCon this weekend, and he was signing his book, and I sent him a message. I commented and I said, he said he had a little line of people that were in line for the signed copies of the book. And I was like, I want a signed copy. Here he is. If you want to follow him on Instagram, it's Stephen Keogh Author. And there he is with his books. And that's what the new cover looks like. So look for that cover, Donna. But if you go back to the playlist, there should be links. Um, looks like a lot of you are interested in hearing about it. And it's on also on Kindle. So he was at CrimeCon. So cool. And he's going to come and be on with me when we get towards the end of the book. Can you believe it? So excited. He's very sweet. He's a very sweet guy. Also, if any of you are wondering, I did send out Duty Ron and Ed's blankets, and I was checking, and it said that the blankets have arrived in New York, but I don't know if he's going to open those on his channel. I don't know if he's going to let me know when he gets them, so we can do something. I really don't know. But they have been sent to him. They have arrived in New York. I don't know if he has gotten them yet. So excited to see his reaction to those. But I know a lot of you ask me that. I get several questions from you about it. I just wanted you to know that I wanted those blankets to be there by today, because as we know what today is September 11th. And before I forget, I really want to say a word of thank you to anyone who has served our country or any country in the service, currently, past. We appreciate it, because as we know, we had a major thing happen on September 11th. And we want to never forget those that are no longer with us because of September 11th. And we know it changed our lives tremendously. And I wanted those blankets to be there by that date, because Duty Ron and Ed both were on that day. They were there. They were helping pull people out. So it was important to me that they got them by then. Those Steve guys are cool, aren't they? Y'all, that's the healthy trucker Steve. So to anyone who lost people on that day, and just memory of those that we lost, and all of us for what it did, the changes. I really wanted to be sure and say that I will never forget. I know where I was on that day. I was in a classroom of kids as a substitute teacher. Lori, didn't know if you knew if I did that, but I did. I have not checked on him today, so I don't know. I know he had surgery on his hand, but then I know I would love to see him open it. Yes. It was horrific. Absolutely. All those that served, anyone that was there, anyone that lost anybody. Yeah. Yep. I was substitute teaching. My girls, of course, were younger. And I remember, at least the school that I was in, the principal told everyone to stop what they were doing and to turn on their TVs. Now, not every room had access to the cable or a TV, so we all went around into different rooms in front of the TVs and watched it with the children, or we could answer questions for the kids and tell them as much as we were hearing and knowing and clarifying, so nobody got, but gosh, I was even very surprised that we did that. But in some ways, I think it was great. Hi, Tony. Yeah, I imagine that is true. Having mixed emotions on that day. Absolutely. Yeah, do y'all remember just that utter quiet? That's something that Mr. Fiber talks about. He was mechanicking, and he said it just got super quiet. Nobody knew what was going on at the time, and he said they went out and they're like, "What's going on?" Because everything was just very quiet. Yep, life changed for sure. Coffee's water, right? It's not. Just so y'all know, it's not water. It has to be followed by water. This thing, I think, is like, want to say this will hold 20 ounces. And I'm up to about 4 of these a day. Hydro flask. It's good stuff. I do chug that too, by the way. Oh, the frigets. Yes. The sky was blue. Cause nothing was flying. There was no anything flying. Hospitals are never quiet. Exactly. Hmm. See, it changes everybody. Wow, Bree. And it can actually carry on for a very long time. You have the same color but a bigger one. You have one of these flasks. I don't even know. This was Mr. Fibers, and he didn't care for this one. It is a little heavy, so yours holds a lot more water, probably. Typically, we need to drink half of our weight in water. If you can get close to that. Okay, you guys, any other questions? You've kept your figure, haven't you, Shad? That's great. Half our weight in ounces of water. So, any other questions? And then I'm going to go. I've stayed a little longer than I intended to. I really appreciate everybody. If you have and again, if you think of something that you have a question, you can send me an email. Uh, Whoops, which is that, or leave a comment down below. Okay, let's see if, yes, if Chelsea or Alicia could put the link to Stephen's book. I will try to go back and put it below once this is finished also. Absolutely. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. Have fun today and eat more plants. That's the key, y'all. Eat more plants. Bye, everybody.